So I wanted to provide an update in regards to where I stand as far as the facial hair that's been growing on my face. As you all know, I went to the dermatologist on June 2nd. He had advised that I use a toothbrush to try to get all the ingrown hairs out. He also advised that I use the Triluma cream. He advised that I do laser hair removal to help with the hair that grow on my face. So just to kind of give y'all an update as far as how everything's been going. So I started using the Triluma cream, and I'll insert a picture right here. I started using it. It would have been around like June 9th. It was like a week after I had gone to the dermatologist. So I started using that cream. When I first started using it for the first 2 weeks, I wasn't using a whole lot because I remember him telling me that a little bit can go a long way. And I didn't want to put myself in a situation where certain parts of my skin appeared lighter than other parts. I didn't want it to be like, I don't know, I just didn't want to overdo it. So I was using a little bit. Lately, I'm on like my third week of use. I only use it maybe 2 times a week. He didn't say just use 2 times a week. I think he said use it every night. And then if you notice that your skin is starting to change, then you can kind of skip days and then don't use it more than 4 months. It's kind of, if I'm remembering correctly, that's the way he explained it to me. I was a little bit like, I wanted to see how my skin responds to it before putting so much on at one time. So when I first started using the Triluma cream, I wasn't using a whole lot. But lately, this last week, I've been using more. And I will say, as I increase the amount that I put on my face, I am slowly seeing results from that. It's not happening quick. I am seeing a little bit of a change. Not much, though. A little bit of a change. Now, in regards to the toothbrush, I only use the toothbrush maybe once or twice. What I end up doing, I insert a picture here. I end up going to get me some gloves from Marshall. They're like exfoliating gloves. So I use that. So what I've been doing is I've been exfoliating my face a few days before I decide I'm going to shave. So that way I'm not shaving over ingrown hairs. So that's something that I've been doing. So I got me some gloves for that. Also, I did the laser hair treatment removal on June 19th. Me personally, she had already told me that I wasn't going to see a whole lot of changes regarding the white hairs that grew on my face. It'll only target the black hairs that grew on my face. Personally, I've only done one treatment. I have not noticed a difference from going to doing a laser hair removal treatment. I feel like I've still shaved the amount of times I've been shaving. And it could be that I'm confusing the white hairs with the black hair, being that she can only treat the black hair. I don't know. But personally, I have not noticed a reduction in my hair growth since doing that treatment. I know you have to continue to do it, a couple of times before you start to notice a difference. A lot of people was recommending electrolysis. I'm probably going to try that, but I'm just somebody, I don't want to do too much to my skin at one time. I want to see what is and what isn't working. If I start throwing all this extra stuff in there, I'm not going to know what is and what isn't working. So right now, I'm just going to do a few treatments of the laser hair removal, see how that go. If I notice a little changes with the black hair, then I might consider, trying the electrolysis. The issue that I have with electrolysis, it looked like they taking a needle and sticking it in your skin and then killing the hair at the root. And I when I'm doing my research as far as who I want to go, she did give me some people I could go to, but I got to research that. But it's like if somebody's taking a needle and sticking it in your face or whatever, that's what it looked like. I could be wrong. I need to make sure I'm doing research on it to make sure I'm going to somebody that's like good. So I still got to get that part figured out. Now, something that I decided to do on my own, the doctor didn't tell me to do this. I decided to start using this stuff called Ten Skin, and I'll insert a picture. I've been using that every morning right after I shave. So I use it in the morning time because I like to use the Triluma skincare or Triluma cream at night. I don't want to put too much on my face. So I use the Ten Skin right after I shave in the morning. I have tried to decrease the amount of times that I shave. Like usually, like if I go somewhere like the weekend, I normally shave, but I don't stop doing it. I only shave maybe twice. I'll say 2 to 3 times a week. So mainly when I'm getting ready to go to work. But also, I didn't say this at the beginning of the video, but the dermatologist also recommended that I wear sunscreen daily. Ever since I have gone to that appointment, other than when I went to get my laser hair removal done on June 19th, I have been wearing sunscreen. When I was doing my research, everybody was basically saying that some of the best sunscreen to use is probably going to be I think it's Black Girl sunscreen. I insert a picture. So I have been using that every day If I leave the house, I got sunscreen on. Regardless of where I'm going, I'm going to put sunscreen on. So people have been saying, some people have been saying that it's better to get the children version of the sunscreen. I've heard mixed reviews. Some people say it's worked for them. Some people say it's not. For me, so far, I haven't had any issues. I actually like the way I like the way I like how it is on my skin. I mean, I don't feel like it leaves like a white cast or anything. So far I've had a good experience with Black Girl sunscreen. That's kind of where I am. I'm going to insert 2 pictures, and I want y'all to tell me if y'all notice a difference. Personally, I haven't noticed a huge difference. I know it's going to take a little time, so I'm going to give myself maybe 3 to 6 months to see if I notice any like real changes. But for now, I haven't noticed anything huge. So that's where I am.